What's going on? Standing on top of the death cart for no reason at all, except I'm working on it. I'm going to be, you saw in the last video, I installed that little radiator overflow. I'm trying to balance here, it's difficult. I installed the expansion tank for the radiator, and I started, I'm gonna jump down. Started working on the front end a little bit. Little brace guy. Need to finish up some of the welds up there. And then I'm finally going to get to the finishing the door bars. Little bap, bap, baps. 3 of those. Maybe add some gussets here. Boom. Grind that old tube cutlet down. Clean up that garbage. We'll see what else happens. So I got the door bars made up, tacked them in place. Basically, it's pretty simple. Just measure. You got to measure from about there to, there. Kind of halfway, quarter down the tubing, and then you notch both sides and blah, blah, blah. And then I sanded this down so I could finish that. Just gonna cut a little plate out, boom, plate that. And then we're gonna work on the Bosch Bar. Got both of these cut out, used the bandsaw for that. Dropped that guy. Jesus Christ. And they're pretty close, pretty similar. So now I just need to grind them down, clean up the edges, and bevel all the edges so they weld nice. And then I can weld them in, or tack them in. Just like door bars are just tacked in. This guy right there is just tacked in. And then I'm just gonna fucking run through and weld everything all at once. Well, those are cooling from the grinder. I'm gonna run over here and grind this little stub off. That was from the bar that used to go from there up to the front. Gonna grind that off and not put a bar back for now. I may eventually put a bar from here that kind of goes flat and then bends down, sort of like my S13, just to give some rigidity in like the firewall area. But for now, I'm just gonna gusset that, which will give rigidity in that area anyways. Got these tacked in place, and I just never really got around to it, but you really want to make sure the entire thing is boxed in, because this side not being welded, it allows it, you lose basically all this side, so it could theoretically rip from the start of the welds there and there. If it's all welded, then it doesn't really have a place to start ripping, so it makes it a lot stronger. So that'll get welded all the way around, obviously. And now I cut this guy. I said I was gonna do the front Bosch Bar, but I'm gonna do the rear Bosch Bar first. And I'm just gonna do a simple little loop section. Nothing fancy. Just so if it gets rear-ended or hits the wall, it doesn't get totally fucked, just kind of fucked. And I'm not gonna put any replaceable rear Bosch Bars because I don't want people wall tapping this anyways. So, just the little loopy guy. So here's what I bent up, and that's going to go about like that. And that is all I'm going to do for the rear. And the reasoning for that is because, since it's rental, I don't want people to be attempting to wall tap it. So that is physically impossible to wall tap. If you wall tap the wheel, you're a piece of shit and you owe me a lot of money. If you're not trying to wall tap, then you don't need to worry about anything. And I don't need to worry about replacing Bosch bars and stuff. So that's what I'm going with. And then I had these from the previous Bosch bars that were bolt-on. So I cut them off. Now I just need to grind the paint off this area and that area, and bevel these edges, and then weld it on. So this is the bash bar that I just bent up, and I have these cute little Johnnies that I had cut a long time ago. I just got a bunch of them in bulk, and those are the bash bar mounts, which don't seem to fit with the radiator. Poor planning on my part. So they're probably gonna go at an angle, something like that, so that this one can fit, even though it's a fucking tight ass fit with the radiator and the expansion tank thingy. So basically I suck at life, but we're gonna make it work. So I got these cut out, notched, and tacked in place, made them level with the rest of the car. So now I just need to weld this guy. I'll probably drop another tack or two, maybe, I don't know, a couple on that also. Yeah, so then I just weld this on and maybe gust it a little bit, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And then we weld fucking everything. Here it is with the front bash bar all welded in. I need to clean up these edges because I kicked them a couple times, it fucking sucked. All the welds are basically done. Right now I'm working on this, which just takes some simple cereal box templates. Boom, filling it in. Kind of had to make like that little patch plate kind of thing because it cut it too far. But yeah, just gonna throw a couple little beads, kind of like that side. It's not gonna be fully welded, but it's gonna be halfway welded all around. And she's pretty much good. And I painted the rear bash bar a bright, shiny blue, because that's what color spray paint I happen to have. So that's all for this video. This is basically ready to rent. So if you're interested in renting it, hit me up. It's $100 to drive at IMI, which is 30 minutes from here. Super fun track, and I'm sure this thing will be fucking great there. I will be test driving it before we rent it out because I don't want it to break for you instead of breaking for me first. But there she is. It's ready to party, just about. One or two little things, a little bit of paint, a little tiny bit of wiring, and that's it. And she's ready to party. So, like, comment, subscribe, do all that shit. And yeah, nothing else. Just do that, and I'll be happy.